How do you take money from your SSAS? Okay, let's go back to the drawing. So if we remember, we have the limited company that set up the SSAS originally, hopefully many years ago. And with any luck, you have built up a substantial sum. If you remember, it was husband and wife team in the limited company. You've built up a substantial sum in each of your pension funds. So let's, for example, say that you both have built up £1 million each in SSAS. So obviously the SSAS now has a joint value of £2 million. So you've got your SSAS. You've obviously continued to put in contributions from the company over the years, having saved a lot of corporation tax. And in this example, we are looking at the SSAS has now got a value of £2 million. And for ease, we're saying that the husband and wife each own this 50-50 based on the contributions made. So they have £1 million of value in each side of the box. So they now want to take benefits from the SSAS. Well, as you probably know, you are currently allowed to take up to 25% of the fund as tax-free cash. Now, this is where I would really suggest sitting down and talking to us in some detail. This can be managed very carefully and it can be a little bit complex at times, so definitely come and speak to us, but let's just do the quick outline today. So let us say the wife decides to retire first. So she has access to up to 25% of this fund value as tax-free cash, which equals obviously £250,000 in this example, and assuming she's not taken any tax-free cash from any other pension schemes. Now, you don't have to take all the tax-free cash in one go. You can take it out in smaller chunks, which is usually what we encourage people to do. So if the wife says, yeah, I would like £50,000 a year, then what we would do is arrange to pay the wife in this example £50,000 of tax-free cash. So you can see that the tax-free cash would actually last her for a full 5 years and possibly a little bit beyond that as well. So that is no income tax on that money. What it does mean is if she's taking some income from the company still, then you can use the income from the company to use up personal tax allowances, and obviously the dividend rate is obviously cheaper from a tax point of view as well. So we can really help you to manage the amount of income tax that you're paying and substantially increase the amount of money you're taking home. So all good. Once the tax-free cash has been exhausted, you could, of course, then potentially switch and take out the tax-free cash from the husband's share. Again, let's assume that's just $250,000. And again, you could assume that he takes it out in 50,000 chunks every year. Same scenario. If the wife then wants to take some income, she can do. The income that you take out is subject to income tax at your highest marginal rate, and we run it through our payroll system. So the tax is all calculated for you at source. But of course, one of the great things of taking income from a pension scheme, there's no national insurance to pay. So an added Brucey bonus for you there. The one thing to be very clear on is if you take income from the pension scheme, or in this case, if it's the example of the wife, if she takes income from the pension scheme, then her future contributions to the pension scheme are restricted. And currently they are restricted to a maximum of £10,000 per annum. So if the company is still paying contributions for both the husband and wife, which it can do, even if she just takes the tax-free cash, the company can continue to make contributions for her. But minute you take any income, that contribution from the company is then restricted to £10,000 per annum. That's a very important thing to note when you are taking benefits from your pension scheme. So if you access the income under Flexi Access Drawdown, you will restrict these contributions. Again, it's part of the reason why I always say to our clients, come and speak to us first about how you manage this properly for yourselves. Now, don't forget, of course, whilst you are taking the £250,000 out as tax-free cash, as you say, probably on the drip, the funds can still remain invested. That does not change. You obviously need to be mindful of liquidity in the pension scheme, particularly if you hold commercial property, because you want to be able to meet those annual withdrawal amounts. But as I said, once you cross, if the minute you want to take income, those contributions are restricted. So you do need to be careful. But of course, the money that's held in the pension scheme is still invested. You may want to speak to somebody about the investment options. You may obviously want to downscale your risk to make sure that you can meet your future requirements for income. That is where you probably either need to speak to an independent financial advisor or the One Crown investment team, and they can talk to you about investment options for your SSAS. When drawing tax-free cash from your pension or pension schemes, you now have to remember, unless you have one of the fixed protections, that there is a maximum amount of tax-free cash that can be drawn from pension schemes per person, and that amount is 25% of the old lifetime allowance, which was £1,073,100, which equates to a maximum tax-free cash that you may draw of £268,275. So the maximum tax-free cash that you may draw is obviously £268,275. If you do have one of the fixed protections that's been available over the last 15 years, then obviously that may be different. But again, speak to us with regards to that, as that may have an impact on the drawings from the pension scheme. In terms of drawing benefit from your pension, of course, you must currently be 55 years old at least, and that is rising to age 57 from 2028. So I'm afraid anybody who's under the age of 50 is going to have to wait a little bit longer to take benefit. We'd like to hear from you. Are you thinking about taking tax-free cash in one go, or considering staggering it over a longer period of time? Please comment below.
Book a call with us via the link in the description below. If on a mobile device, simply hit the More button under the video title and pick a convenient time to speak. Feel free to share this video with others that may benefit on WhatsApp or in other online groups or channels. Like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for lots more SSAS related content, and leave a comment if you found this video helpful. For more, visit onecrownpensions.com.